Poor children are less likely to achieve, considerably less likely to achieve than their middle class counterparts. They're more likely to have social problems, they're much more likely to have health problems, they're more likely to be absent from school or truanting from school, and they're less likely to believe that education has something for them.
They have low self-confidence, low self-esteem, therefore the effort that they're putting into their work isn't going to be 100% because they perceive themselves not to be as good as anybody else through no fault of their own.
I think poverty affects achievement in two ways. I think firstly they start school with very low aspirations due to the background they come from. There's no expectation that they will do well, that they will pass exams, that they will get a decent job. So all of that is something that we have to try and foster in them. And then there's the lack of facilities to study at home. Homework doesn't get done because there's nowhere to do it, and no support from the parents at home. So trying to encourage parental support is a huge part of what we try and do.
I've noticed that a lot of the children who come to me for music lessons arrive tired, hungry, very often dirty, and quite often unable to concentrate for very long, even though they love their music lessons.
I think poverty affects general well-being in that children have a limited life experience through poverty.
We try to teach a topic on seaside and seaside holidays, which is quite a common one for infants to do. And we set about introducing this by asking the children what they knew about the seaside. And I discovered in a class of 24 children, I had 7 children who'd never seen the sea. And given that I teach in an area 3 or 4 miles from the sea, that came as a bit of a shock.
It clearly indicates in their progress, in their social skills, and in their problems and how they tackle their problems around school.
They live in a bedroom with 3 or 4 brothers and sisters, and there's one other room for the whole family, so the TV's blaring all the time, people are talking all the time, there's no peace and quiet, so they don't learn to concentrate at all.
We work closely with the families. They may have poor literacy skills and numeracy skills themselves, they may be in low paid employment. We try and work with them in issues of drug dependency, alcohol abuse and poverty that affect them in a number of ways.
Poverty affects every aspect of your life, and if you're a child or a young person, the multiple problems of being poor can blot out other things. It becomes much more difficult to take school seriously, it becomes much more difficult to achieve, and then those problems go on generation to generation.
Child poverty has definitely got worse over the time I've been teaching. I've been teaching now since the mid-60s, and I started in the East End of London, and I can say that from my memory I cannot remember the levels of deprivation that I meet now being as great in those days.
Since the government set itself a target of eradicating child poverty in 1999, we have seen real improvement. 600,000 children lifted out of poverty, but still a long way to go, with a third of our children, nearly 4 million, who are in poverty. And in the past couple of years, we've actually seen the problem getting slightly worse. So we need really sustained investment, not only in education, but in making sure that those parents who are living on benefits have a decent level of income, and that they also have access to well-paid employment if that is available to them. And a commitment not only from government but from the rest of us to ensure that we can throw off this shameful record of being one of the richest nations in the world with one of the worst records on child poverty.